Good morning, everybody. This is Dee Dee with Power 3 Trading. I'm not here just to teach you to strat, but to teach you how to profit from the strat techniques. If you have any more questions regarding the strat, please reach out to my guy, Rob Smith at Smiths in the Black channel, Rob in the Black on Twitter, or at sepiagroup.com. Okay, so yesterday, the market was quite interesting. We're going to talk about a couple trades that I was in. And we'll just kind of start with, what are we seeing in the broader market? It's been interesting. It's been interesting, guys. You know, the market is reaching some level of exhaustion on the dailies. We keep seeing these topper patterns, if you will, with the wicks and the small bodies. We saw it again yesterday, where the market opened down inside the prior day, traded up, opened down, actually traded down, did not create a new high yesterday here on the Qs. Today we'll start a new 2-day pattern, and we really need to see the market trade above this 2-day range. We don't want to get stuck inside here. So if the market is gonna go higher, we need a nice push today. But again, we have our target here at about 321. So just be careful, guys, trading this market and looking at those setups. And I'm going to show you the 45-minute view, which I don't see too many people talking about. It's an oldie but goodie for me because it's half of the 90-minute time frame. Most folks are in a 30-60. I used a 90, and so I'll show you how I use that 18 with the 90 in a minute. All right, so let's look at the SPY. Again, it got pretty close to that target, guys. Our target was 414.04 yesterday. It traded up to 413.41. So we'll see. Again, price trade opened up inside that prior day, traded up yesterday, opened still inside the prior day, traded down, came back up. It was a very kind of wicked move throughout the day, guys. The first hour, really 90 minutes, there was just not a lot of clarity for me around this market. And let's look at IWM. Again, guys, I'm looking at how the market appears to be topping off here. So we need some strong moves for continuation. IWM now has tested this target here that we drew. Let me see if we can find here. Here's where we drew this on the daily, this range right here, traded up to this level, took this 2 up, 2 down, broadening formation right here. It traded up to there, up to, I mean, 3 days now, it's tested this area and failed to close above it. So now we have a 3-2 up on IWM, and you can see where it is in pre-market, guys. We need for this market to continue moving. I'm just going to draw a horizontal line here because it's inside this outside bar. We could probably draw broadening formation. No. I'm going to draw this right here. I'm going to draw this right here because its price has to take this range here. And so I'm going to look at another target right about here. Let's see if this fails right around 189.85, 190-ish range. Let's see if price trades up to that level and fails on a reversal today. Okay, so looking at those moves, and let's kind of peel it back a little bit and see what did that look like intraday, right? So here was the Qs. We had this with this is our opening trade right here, guys. Market opened, traded up, but you can see where CCI is, and you guys know my rule. You know, CCI is trending down here. The market is trading up. I don't like this move. So I'm going to wait for that 18-minute flip because you're below zero here. So this is what I call my sell zone. So I'm not looking to trade right here. Now the market goes 2 down. but I don't get my signal on this inside. I don't get an inside bar here until here, where we had an inside bar on the 18-minute. But when I look at this, I'm questioning this move right here. And I'm asking myself, and remember guys, this is your 10 o'clock flip right here, 10 o'clock flip. I'm going to flip it over here to the, we'll do it on this chart. I'll flip it over here to the 30-minute so you can see what that looks like. It goes 2 down, 2 down, okay? So 2-2 continuation. This is your inside bar. Maybe you think this was going to go lower, but here's what I look at again. This does not create, this creates a new low here. It does not create a new low here on CCI. CCI is starting to trend up. I'm a little cautious about this move, just a little cautious right at the 10 o'clock flip. I'm not in the market here. I was managing Nvidia, and I'll show you Nvidia in a minute, what I didn't like. So I'm not in the market, but when I look at the daily, again, guys, I'm looking at the daily. Yes, it's trending lower, but still above 100. Not cool. I don't have a lot of clarity in this market. I just don't at this point. And so if you were to take that inside bar and it comes right back in, this is your open right here, the white line. You see that come back in, guys, you just have to exit. We can't guess at it, right? We have to exit. It crosses back over. This trend is over to the downside. This trend is over, but I didn't care for these moves. I didn't at all. Now, the reversal happens. Now you have to think about where your entries are. Again, going back to what's my actionable signal? What's my actionable signal? 2 down, inside, 2 down. So then you have your 2 up here. It crosses back over. You're still in the red zone. You can take this, right? You can take this when it crosses back over. So here's your flip here at 10:24. You're at bottom of the hour, guys, bottom of the hour. So again, and I'm going to flip this over to the 60. What do you see? This is a 2 down candle here. You're still in the buy zone, 2 down, maybe, and then the market trades up and comes back down. If you're looking at this, think about what's really happening. Nothing. You end up with, kind of a small body candle here at the close of the day. This is your 18-minute flip. It trades 2 down. And then here's your 60 flip right here. It trades 2 up, comes back, trades 2 down. But remember, it hasn't taken the high. But when you're looking at this, again, ask yourself the question, what are your actionable signals? 2 down, 2 up, whichever time frame you're looking to trade. So here's your 60 flip here. Price goes 2 up. You can take that and decide where your stop loss is going to be. So here is your 60 flip here. Here would be my stop loss. This is the 10:24, right? So this is your flip. If you entered here at this 2 up candle, when it traded above here, this would be my stop loss, would be the opening of this candle. If price traded 2 up, right, cross right here, that would have been the 10:30 flip, trade it down, this would be my stop loss, which is the low of this candle, because what that would suggest to me is that if this is going to go lower, it's going to create an outside bar here to the short side. But I'm looking at my CCI, it barely crosses over here. Maybe the next candle is the better move. But again, it's hard to gauge when you're trading this live. But think about what you have. You have a 1, 2, 2 rev strat. Or we'll talk about that. Yeah, I guess I'll flip over. All right, so here is your 45-minute flip. Crosses back over. So this flips at 10:15. This is that move here in this range. And so we're going to talk more about the 10:18, 10:15 flip. So I'm looking at the 10-2-2. This is my signal. It's 2 2s. So I'm going to take this as long as this 45 is green, and it appears to be, right, because it opened down here, right? All right, so I'm going to take this trade up, and now I'm looking for opportunities. As long as price is trading higher, I'm good. Here you go. It trades 2 up. It comes back down here. I don't know if I'm good anymore. I don't know if I'm good anymore. And here's your 45 flip. This is the 11, which is also your 90. This is your 45-minute, 90-minute flip. Let me go back here, guys, so we can stay on path. This is your 90-minute flip. I'll put 45 over here. All right, this is your 90-minute flip. So if you're using my strategy on the 18-minute, I'm looking for 2-2, right? 2-2 reversals on the 18 with the 90 in force. And so when price trades back inside the open here, right? We talked about this. If you had shorted here and came back inside, your 90 is green again, guys. Your 90 is green again. This was a difficult trade if you were trading this open, trying to trade this 2 up inside and waiting to take this move here. But it's not the end of the world. You can exit. You can exit. You have to be diligent and use your follow your strategy. This trades back up, guys. You just exit. Maybe you lose $100 on this, the option, because options are tricky. And then you look for your long position. So now again, 45-minute, 90-minute, 2 down, 2 up. This is trading higher in this second half of this 90-minute, right? That's your 45-minute flip. So you take this, use this as your stop loss, the low of this candle, okay? Because if price is going to trade back down. But when I see these moves with CCI trending up, CCI trending up, CCI trending up, I have a little bit more confidence. So I may hold in this TTO. I may hold in this TTO. Doesn't cross back below negative 100 here, even though it trades down, and then it finally crosses over the 0. Right? So you could take that entry early, or you can wait for that cross over the 0, which actually happens in the second, in this 2 up candle here. Okay. Now, these are the moves that I missed because I shut down for the day, but I want to show them to you. Here's your next signal. 90-minute flip is here. It goes inside, 2 down. You have to look at your other multiple time frame analysis. This is your 90-minute flip, outside and up. CCI starts to trend up on that 90. I'm looking to go long. CCI is trending up, but guess what, guys? If you can't see it here on the 18 and you can't see it here on the 6, the 45-minute is a great alternative to catch that back half of that 90-minute flip. All right. Yes and no, 18 is not a multiple of 45, 15 is, but I prefer 18 over the 15. So here's how that would have worked. Inside, 2 down, rev strat, 2 back up, guys. You're still inside this 45 until that next 90-minute flip, which is at, that next 45-minute flip, which is at what time? 11:45. This flips at 11:36. just before this move. So here's what I'm looking at. I'm looking for at this 2 down, 2 up. I'm going to take this trade here and see if it holds on this 90-minute. So here's my 90-minute flip, right? It's going to flip in this range because remember, they don't line up. This is at 1136. Here is, I'm taking this entry, it crosses over, creates this doji here. So I'm taking it off this bar here. Okay, so the 2 down, 2 up, because it has to go 2 up. So I'm taking it here, it trades up, comes down, and trades back up, and I'm using here. I'm anticipating, but I have a 2 up, inside bar 2 up. 90 looks like it wants to go higher. And so that's why I'm taking this trade here. And then I just simply use my 6-minute as my stop loss, because again, what's going to happen is if price trades 2 up and then comes back down, CCI's got to confirm that, right? It's going to show this trending down. And again, I'm using this candle here. So this was my 2 up way over here. Oh yeah, we're definitely not going all the way back here because this is the open was here. This is that opening trade way back here. And then this becomes the entry trade, and I'm going to use the low of this trade here. Low of this was my entry candle, right? Because it took this 2 up right here. And then I'll just use that as my stop loss. But what I would be looking at is, does CCI confirm the move? That doesn't mean it will, but I'm holding on to this trading. So I'm monitoring this. It's still good. It's trading above 100. I'm going to hold. I'm going to hold. I'm going to hold. I'm going to hold. Oh, you see this doji here topping off, guys? Again, 2 up, 2 up, 2 up, 2 up doji out of this trade, because you have to expect if it's not going to go 2 up here, guys, it's going to go 2 up, 2 down on this doji. And you can see this crossover right here, right? You're out of this trade. What does that look like? Look at this night. And so this now is your 45-minute flip, right? So we're gonna see kind of what the market is doing. 90 minutes starting to flip down, it trade down, it went 2 up, traded back down. Again, if you can't see it here, you can't see it here. Look, guys, does this not look like an evening star? Traded 2 up doji. Here's your 45-minute flip, which was at 11:15. This is at 11. I'm sorry, that's 1:15. This is at 1:06. And then you saw the big move here at the 124 right before the 60-minute flip in the 4-hour flip. And so let's look at that on SPY. It was the exact same move, guys. 18-minute, 2 down, 2 down, 2 down. You don't get your signal here on the 18-minute, right? So remember, I don't like those inside bars at the bottom of a range or the top of the range, which we saw here on the Qs, which is why I said I didn't like this. I didn't like this trade. So SPY did not give us an inside bar in the 18. And again, on the 6, it was just ugly. 2 down, 2 down, 2 down, and then you saw that reversal. So exact same moves, 2 down on the 45, 2 up, 2 down on the 90, 2 up. Inside, 2 down, 2 up, 2 up, 2 up, doji, small body candle, 2 up, 2 down. How beautiful of a trade was those, and I missed them all. Okay, I missed them all. IWM did not, well, I guess it traded a little different from the other ones where it didn't go 2 down, 2 down. It went 2 down, 2 up, 2 down on the 18-minute. So again, there was not a clear direction. Remember, you're still inside day here, still inside day. So you wait for that 45-minute close, which happens at 10:15. It goes 2 down on the 18-minute and then 2 back up on the 24. Now you're in continuity, 2 down, 2 up, 2 down, 2 up on right here. You can trade this higher. doesn't last very long. Now you have your next your 90-minute flip right here, 2 down, 2 up on the 18. Does it look like it wants to go higher? The market does. CCI trading above 100 on the 18-minute flip. So again, my signals, 2 down, 2 up, and in the inside bar, I'm not, so great example, I just saw this. Great example. I am not looking to go long off of an inside bar at the top of the range. That's those rev strats, guys. They're going to get you every time. I'm looking to short off an inside bar at the top of a range. I'm looking to go long off of an inside bar at the bottom of a range. Okay, so great topper here. Again, shooter down to the downside. So if you have to add another time frame on your chart, the 45-minute is a great time frame to do that on. And again, because I like the 18, I mean, obviously the 15 is a multiple of 45. So take a look at that. I like multiples of 3. All right, so let me show you the Nvidia trade real quick. I hate when I do that. Let's show you the Nvidia trade and why the upside was beautiful. I did not trade the upside, guys. I was managing the short side. I was in pins and then I left, so I didn't trade the 90-minute flip. Had some other stuff going on. But again, guys, I just wanted to show you these because, and they looked very similar. So I was holding Nvidia put, I had one contract, right? In my small account, just to see. Going back to the daily, here's what I was looking at. We had this shooter here on Monday. I was looking to see if this market was going to go lower. It did not. It gapped down, guys, right here, traded up. And so I had drawn this line and here was my thoughts. Let me show you. I think we did this on here. So we drew our broadening formations, the low of this outside bar, low of this bar. And we said, if price was going to trade lower, it had to trade outside this range, right? So that was that prior day, big outside bar had to trade outside this range. Well, it didn't. And then I drew, thought I drew this on the 90, but it doesn't look like it. Okay, it must have gotten moved. I think I did draw it on the 90. I must have moved it. All right, but what I said was, here was this low of this 90. I said if price traded back above, so here was our level, 182. This was this range right here, 182.43. So I said if price traded below 182, we were going to look to go short. Well, it gapped down, traded below 182. But I also commented that if price trades back above this range, I'm going to exit, right? And it did right here in that first 6 minutes. So I had a small profit, but I didn't have a loss, which was nice. But again, it traded very similar to the Qs, and I did not like this move, right? This 3 hit the top of your broadening average daily range, traded down, and then hit went 3-1 and traded down to the open. You can see here to this open. I didn't like it at all. Not a fan of this market at all because it's still inside day. Remember, I'm in this just because I was holding it. Otherwise, I would not have been in Nvidia. And so then it traded like the rest of the market did. And so my point here is when you look at this 45-minute flip, it's still above 0. So still buy zone, and you look at the 90, I mean, it's still near 100. So I'm still looking for long opportunities here. It gapped down, but it didn't move much at all right here on that 90. So nothing to short, just wasn't a good trade if you were looking to short this. So I'm glad I made a little money. And then you see the market, how it traded, very similar to the Qs. Cross back over into the buy zone in this candle. versus here. So maybe we wait, right? So maybe we wait for this move here for CCI to cross back over 0, which is, and when we look at the Qs, which is what I would have waited because even if CCI is not above 0 on 18, it has to be on the 6-minute, guys, because otherwise all the market's doing, and you can see that right here, all this market is doing is it's coming up and reversing on the shorter time frame. So you can see it TTOing here. It took out this range, reversed in 18, traded back down, and then it went inside. So just be careful with that. I prefer to get my moves after CCI is higher on the shorter time frame. So anyway, let's go back to Nvidia. And so you see that move, it finally crossed up, traded back down, because again, if we're using CCI and not our broadening formation as our exit strategies, once we get in, if CCI is not above plus 100, then you're just simply using your stop loss, the prior candle. Okay, so we want CCI to be above 100 on the shorter time frame, cross back over to get our exits, because now we see the market trend is slowing. And then again, you had this 122 rev strat on the 90, I'm sorry, on the 18, inside 45 and up, outside up, went right to our upper range, which was yesterday's high, right, to our upper broadening formation, and reversed again. And again, you see that move right here at the 45-minute flip. So let's look at pins real quick. All right, so one of my live followers talked about pins gapping. They were not on my radar, but we looked at it after recording. And so my goal was to short pins if it traded below its average daily range, the low of its average daily range. And this is what I'm describing when I say ADR, and I'm pretty sure this was my message with Benzinga. It's been so long now, but ADR works really nice with gappers. So if you don't draw your broadening formations, it's still fuzzy, you just can't figure that piece out. With gappers, I like to see price trade below the low average daily range for a short. So a gap up, so not down. So gap up, reversal. We're talking reversals, guys. Gap up, reverse. I like to see price trade below the low ADR. And a gap down, I'd like to see price trade above the high ADR for reversals. Okay, so this is a gap up. I'm looking to go short. I actually got in a bit early, right at this 18-minute flip. So 2 up, 2 down. But remember, guys, CCI hasn't crossed over. So this is where you use position sizing. You don't go all in, because we're not sure if this isn't going to go 2 down and 2 back up, because there's no crossover until down here. And then you see what the market did, right? On your 90-minute flip, it just traded inside 90. This was over. So if you didn't get this move in that first 90 minutes, there really wasn't a good trade. So I held it on this 18-minute flip, and you can see it went TTO here on the 6-minute, then traded 2 down, and then you see your crossover on the shorter time frame. So it had not crossed over. A little overzealous. I jumped in right at this flip, TTO'd. I hung in there. It stayed down below its ADR, traded up to it, came back down. Better entry was on this 2 up, 2 down here. It TTO'd again. I do not show this on this chart, but let me show you what I did. I had, because again, guys, this is my training mode here. There was a gapper here that I saw. So what I did on my other chart is I did this. I saw this gapper here and I said, if Pinterest is going to continue to trade lower, it's got to close this gap, guys, right? I saw this, it's like, okay, here's a 2 down right here at 21.95, but this was a 2 up at 20.46. So I put it here and said it's got to trade inside this range, this 2 up, it's got to take that. And so that then became, because remember, you're lower here on your ADR. So now you got to figure out how far price action is going to go. This is where broad informations come in at, but if you're, again, not comfortable with it, not sure, you can look back at these ranges, look at those 2 up candles if you're coming back inside the range. And if you're going the reverse, so gapper reverse to the shorts, going long, then I would be looking at those 2 down candles, because it's got to clear those ranges, right? So it's coming back into a range, it's coming back into a range, right? You got to clear the lows of those ranges if you're going to the high side, and then the low side, you got to clear the tops of those ranges. And so here's what I saw. This gapper, I just put a horizontal line here. Once it hit, I said, aha, reversal, or not, maybe not reversal, but it could be stalling out. And sure enough, it did. I had a few contracts. I held one. It traded back up to this range and stopped me out, only to reverse. So I made a little profit on it, but it's Pinterest. But I managed my risk by even though you're, the stock is low cap, a small cap, small value, your options are, cents and not dollars. Guys, that does not mean you can go in and buy 100 contracts, right? You're still managing your risk based on your strategy, because you do not want to take a risk that this thing is going to reverse on you and hold, okay? It did not meet my criteria, so I went in low risk, managed to trade, made a little profit. Okay, so there's that. Hope that was helpful. Here again is a view of my 45-minute layout, right? So Qs, SPY, IWM, SMH, Nvidia, Netflix, Microsoft, Etsy, and you can see if you were using the same strategy, but I would use that would use 18-minute though, 2 twos, right? Not the 6 per se, because 45 minutes is a long time, guys. So you have to think about that. These are the 45-minute, the 90, the 60, those are long time. That's a long time to hold a position. And so I'm not looking to enter using that 6-minute time frame, because there's just too many sub triangles there. Use your 15 or your 18 with the 45 instead of the 30, and I think you'll get a better outlook on what the market is doing, because the 45 is half the 90 versus the 30, which is a third. I like the 45, so just wanted to share it with you guys, so you can see, there's no 2 down against you. You're going long in this market. The reason this inside and up worked, because I said I don't like trading inside candles at the top of the range. Look at your CCI, guys. So I'm still looking at CCI. This is crossing up. That's a strong move. It's crossing above 100. So it doesn't matter if it's the 18, the 60, 90. When you see these crosses on these moves, I mean, right at the move, crossing above on these longer time frames, those are generally stronger momentum moves. And then you can see it turn right back down and cross right back below. So it's like, yeah, I'm going to go up, but I'm not going to stay up. It crossed right back below, reversal, guys. So just keep your eye on, and the CCI here didn't even cross above it. All right, so keep your eye. This crossed above your ADR and the SMH. Above ADR with a strong move to the upside with CCI. And in some cases, It did not cross above. Netflix was not that great of a trade, but it sold off with the broader market at 115. All right, so this was still inside this 30, this opening. See that outside bar? 45. I have a whole nother strategy around opening 18, but I just wanted to show you this, guys. Can't give it all to you at one time. Baby steps, okay? 2 up, 2 down. Those are my actionable signals. 2 up, 2 down, inside bars, but I'm looking to trade short at the top of the range, long at the bottom of the range, unless you have big momentum above ADR, CCI crossing above 100 or below 100 on that next move. So anyway, that's what I got. Let's look what's going on in the market today in terms of economic data. Not so much 10 o'clock ISM non-manufacturing. Data compiled from purchasing and supply executive responses and the change, any current month compared to previous month. So I think what may be important is has productivity slowed? Right? Has productivity slowed? If productivity starts to slow, guys, which I don't see, there's another report for productivity. If productivity starts to slow, guys, it's not today, that's when we want to get a little bit concerned, because with a slowdown in productivity, we start to see also layoffs. I believe we start to have more layoffs. Okay, I don't really see a lot going on here. I don't, let's go back here. We had a few gappers. PayPal, we'll take a look at that. AMD, Airbnb. Let's take a look at they reported yesterday. So look at PayPal. Nice gapper here on PayPal. Let's see if that holds. Look like what's today, Wednesday, trading above, right inside this 2 down week here. So maybe there is something there, 104.86. Because remember, it's trending up, so it's got to trade. This is its 2 down candle here. It's trending back inside this range, so it needs to take this, but it's got this 2 up candle here. So I'm going to throw that here because it's right at the low of this range. It's got to take this. If it takes this low, now it's trading above this guy, then above this guy. So we'll see what happens. So about 104.86. So Airbnb. Let's shut this down. Airbnb trending down, may turn the week red, but let's see what that looks like, because this is a new 2-day. We'll have to see if it trades below this 2-day range here. So 107.48. Let's see if it trades below that range and stays down or short. And AMD, you know, the third quarter I think was a little light. So I'll be interested to see if AMD, how it impacts the SMH and Nvidia, Qualcomm, some of the other chip makers that we follow. So again, it needs to stay below that 2-day. Today is a new 2-day range. So if it trades below 93.96 and stays down, maybe we see this trade lower. But again, we have to be careful we don't get stuck inside that opening range. So let's chart it. Let's start with the Airbnb here. Okay, so again, we don't necessarily have to draw these since we're using average daily range, but we definitely want to have price trade below its low, daily low, and above its daily high. So looking at this on Airbnb, you have this 2 up, 2 up. If it crosses back below below 100, maybe there's a short here, but I'd be looking at that average daily range. I don't want to get stuck inside this day, right? Right now, it's trading inside this daily range, so it has to stay below yesterday's low. And then we'll use our ADR to help us, help guide us with the next move here. All right, so yeah, so it needs to trade obviously below this guy here. So you had 3, 2 up, trades below here. Now we have this move here, and let's see if that holds. All right, so we're gonna see if market trades below yesterday's low. Just saw this gapper here. All right, so let me put this on the daily so we can see this a little bit better. All right, guys, we got a gapper right here. So I'm just going to draw these lines. Okay, I'm just going to draw these lines. Let me just forget this. Remove this. Draw this line so we can see this. All right, so Airbnb is trading below yesterday's low, so we can see that pretty easily. So as long as it stays below yesterday's low, we're going to use our average daily range, and then let's see if price takes this gapper here. I'm going to put this on this outside bar here. This is higher. This outside bar is higher than this guy. And so let's see how ADR plays out. Let's see what our average daily range is on Airbnb. So 113.96, 109. So about $4 or $5. 12, 108. Yeah. So looking at $4 or $5, and right now it's already trading down by about $7. So it's going to trade lower than its average daily range. It's going to gap. It looks like, it's 8 o'clock, but it looks like it's going to gap lower than its average daily range. And so we're just going to use that ADR to see if there's any reversal opportunities. See how this market trades. Okay, so just be careful. If it gaps down, continues below the low ADR, I'm still looking for a 2-2 on that 18 because it's a gapper. I'd like to see it trade 2 up on the 18 and then 2 back down for continuation to the short side. Okay. Let's look at PayPal and then I'll wrap up. It's after 8. All right, same thing. PayPal is, let's see if we got anything interesting on the daily here. It's trading inside this range, so it's gapping above this 2 down bar here. So I'm just going to put a marker there. So 101.95. So if price trades 2 up here, so you got this 2 up, 2 down. So if it goes 2 up above this range, then I'd be looking here. But same thing, guys. We're not going to draw a bunch of broad informations like I normally would. Keep this simple. Keep this simple. PayPal's ADR is, let's see, 89. So about $4. Right. So clearly gapping above its average daily range. So same scenario. If price trades below its low ADR, I'll look for a short. Trades inside tight range, we won't do anything. right? So let's wait for that opening 18-minute, right? These are gappers, guys. So I'm waiting to see if this opening 18-minute range is one that's really sticky. If we get a 2 up, 2 down on that 6-minute, like on pins, and it trades below its low average daily range, then I will maybe enter a position if price trades below its low ADR. All right. Otherwise, we'll look for a reversal at the top of the ADR, see how it trades. Set up your charts the way it makes sense so that you can visualize what you're seeing. If that means adding this guy here, so you have a little bit more clarity, right? 90-minute flip. Do that. All right. Do what you need to do so you can see how price is trading. Okay. And we're going to avoid getting hasty, right? Proverbs 21:5, the plans of the diligent lead surely to advantage, but everyone who is hasty comes surely to poverty. We want to avoid being hasty when the market does not present to you the best trade opportunity. Like this is just junk. There are no actionable signals when you are trading. This is the first 18-minute, 3, 2 up, hit the top of the range, and then goes 3. You got to get outside of this opening range. You have to get outside of this opening range. This does not give you a trade. You are inside this 3 minutes. So this 3 1 2s, I tell you guys, they are difficult unless this is a doji or something. It's trading to the downside, like maybe your opening is here and then it goes red on the day, but this is nice and green on the day. So these are difficult trades. These are TTO inside this 18, and you get your 15-minute flip here. What's the market doing? I'm sorry, 15, your 45-minute flip at 10:15. Outside, inside. All right, so zoom out and then let's zoom back in. All right, we're going to wrap it up, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you joining me, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow. Take good care, everybody.